right, so happy new moon in Taurus. Taurus is definitely a slow moving energy, but it gets things done. But it's intentional with each step. It is present. It is intuitive. You wouldn't really think Taurus being intuitive, but to really trust yourself, to go with the flow, to stand your ground, to listen to your body, what it needs. It definitely takes intuition and at least learning to lean into your body's wisdom. I know that Taurus rules the throat, so you might find that your throat chakra, the energy center of your truth and self-expression, your creativity, might be heightened or it might be a little dormant. Either way, it's perfectly fine. It's just the options, not even options, just an observation of where you might be. And it's a good opportunity to just slow down, which is why I like Taurus season, especially after Aries, because Aries comes in all fiery hot after that mystical Pisces vibe, and kind of is it's like a disruptor almost. Aries energy is kind of a disruptor, initiates change. And then once we get momentum and that forward motion, then Taurus is like, okay, now let's just calm everything down. Everybody just calm the fuck down. Okay. That's how Taurus is. I need everybody just calm down. So we'll see what divine message comes up. Night of meditation. What do we need to know from the divine goddess? 14. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Huh. Okay, well, that makes sense. Perfect timing. Go figure. Tonight's message is one of transformation from the Butterfly Maiden. She says, you are experiencing enormous change right now. So this will bring about great blessings to you. So embrace the change and also embrace the season, because with this being spring, I personally find that for me, May is like my month of rebirth. And a lot of times you may also find that in spring, there's a sense of renewal, maybe wanting to do things a little differently, or feel like, there's some things you really want to tend to and cultivate. There's this refreshing energy that comes in that helps you to make any necessary changes, as well as let go and compost what no longer serves you, right? So that you can focus more on the seeds that you're planting. And go figure, it is also a new moon, which is an opportune time to plant seeds of intent. And I think that's beautiful with planting seeds of intent with this, the energy of Taurus, because it being an earth sign, we are literally planting our intentions in that fertile, abundant, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like when I think of fertile soil, I think it's got like a dampness to it, like it's might have like a coolness to it as well. I guess the energy that I'm really picking up from that type of fertile soil is like opportunity and also possibility, but nourishment. Oh, that's good. I like that, nourishment. So let's take a moment to just celebrate yourself for being here, and also taking this time to slow things down as well as quiet things, just turning the volume on whatever's being loud in your life, just kind of turning that down energetically, closing any little mental tabs that you may have, as well as giving yourself celebration, giving yourself some flowers, all right, so to speak, with that earth energy of Taurus, for taking the time to nourish yourself right now, to pour back into yourself, all right, to tend to yourself and your body. So with this message of transformation here, let's see, what do we have for the Butterfly Maiden? You may, I don't know why I'm getting this, but I know I'm getting this because I'm intuitive and is what I do. But if you start to see butterflies around you, whether it's real life butterflies or it is, tattoo, drawing, something like that. Seeing butterflies right now around you can be just a reminder to have patience with yourself. Taurus energy is very patient in that slow moving process, right? One step at a time. But with that being said, be patient with yourself in your process. And I think I was going somewhere with that and it went somewhere else. But the butterfly maiden. Oh, that's what I was talking about. You might see butterflies in different places and spaces. So that is, thank you, Maya, for making that comment because it reminded me where I was going. But yes, so if you see butterflies, whether live butterflies or drawing, someone mentions it, something like that, that is a reminder, a universal wink for you to just slow down, take a deep breath, have some patience with yourself and your process. Know that you are transforming, things around you are transforming, whether it's happening with ease and grace or whether it's like chaotic and just kind of overwhelming. And that is okay as well, because a lot of times when there's a major rebirth, that creates a lot of chaos. It could be very messy. If you think of the birthing process itself, right? It kind of starts off like, oh, okay, you just, it's passionate, pleasurable, hopefully, and all that good stuff, right? Sperm gets to the egg. It's just kind of moving, flowing, doing its thing. And then you have this growth that's happening slow and steady, even though you might feel like you kind of pop out of nowhere one day. But when it actually comes to the birthing of something new, a new life, it's messy. It could be messy. It could be painful. There's also a component of grief in there because what was no longer is, right? And there may be also uncertainty. So if you are in a creative cycle where you are birthing something new, whether it is in your life, in your business, relationships, purpose, or just yourself, redecorating, getting to know yourself, better yourself, things like that, then it's okay if things are happening with flow, ease, and grace, or if things seem a little messy and chaotic right now, okay? Wherever you are in the process, allow it to be a beautiful experience as much as possible. Grieve what no longer is, and then allow yourself to nurture what is. So the butterfly maiden ensures that crops yield healthy and bountiful harvests. She's a springtime goddess and helps us escape from any cocoon situation that's trapping us or impeding our growth or joy. If you're feeling stuck, she's a wonderful goddess to call upon during the emergence process. And she'll also guide you through life transitions, and help you spread your wings. For some reason, my brain is moving faster than my mouth nowadays. But all right. So as we receive this message of transformation, go ahead and just take a nice deep breath in, allowing yourself to release an audible sigh out through the mouth. And just repeating that breath a few more times. Gently closing your eyes if you have not already. Seeing if you can deepen the breath. As you inhale, allowing the belly to expand, the heart space to expand, the mind to expand, and just hold for 1, 2, 3. Exhale audibly. Repeat that 2 more times. Inhale, expanding the belly, the heart space, the mind, allowing that breath to come all the way up to your crown. Hold for 1, 2, 3. Exhale completely and fully, squeezing all of that old stagnant energy out. Inhaling once again, expanding the belly, heart space, mind, coming up to the crown of your head, and hold for 1, 2, 3, and exhale. can just begin to breathe naturally, organically. Allowing your body to start to relax. You scan your body from head to toes slowly. Whatever pace you're moving at, see if you can slow it down just a little more. Checking in to see that your crown is open. So that you can connect to that of your higher source, that of the divine feminine spirit. Allowing that openness, that awareness to come down into the space between the brows. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowly. Allowing your awareness move down to the eyes, noticing the breath coming in and out through the nose, softening your lips, relaxing your jaw, softening in the throat and relaxing your neck. Allowing a sense of ease to slowly graze your shoulders. Allowing that to move down to the upper arm, your elbow, forearm, wrist, palm, back of the hand. Relaxing your pinky, relaxing your ring finger, relaxing your middle finger, relaxing your index fingers, relaxing your thumbs, and breathe. Noticing the chest rise and fall. Noticing how the ribs expand and contract. Just allowing the heart space to soften. Giving yourself a moment to just settle in here into the heart space. Be still, my love, and just allow yourself to soften a little bit more. Sinking deeper into the body. Allowing your back to relax and soften. As if you're reclining into the arms of the divine. Just allowing yourself a sense of ease and grace. Support you in this moment. Having full permission to just relax. Knowing that for this moment, you've chosen to nourish yourself and pour into yourself. There's really nothing you have to do. You can follow my guidance. You can follow your own guidance. You can allow yourself just to be. This time is for you to just slow down. Taking this opportunity to sit still, to be still, and just breathe. Just relax. Maybe the breath begins to smooth out. The inhales, the exhales becoming more fluid. Maybe the breath deepens. As you allow yourself to move your awareness through the belly, the low back, down into the hips, and just feel yourself sinking a little deeper. Noticing the width of your hips, anchoring down even further to your pelvic floor, feeling that sense of groundedness within your beautiful, divine, feminine body. Honoring her, celebrating her, rejoicing in her. Moving down slowly through your glutes and down into thighs, your knees, shins, calves, ankles, top of the foot, sole of your foot. Relaxing your pinky toes, fourth toe, middle toe, second toe, big toe. Feeling your feet firmly planted on the ground if you're sitting up, if they reach. And allowing yourself to really see, sense, notice roots growing down into the earth. Feeling those roots grow deeper and wider as they descend down into the center of the earth. As you grow these roots, or energetic line, down into the earth, anything that's been on your mind flows down through the body and out through those roots that you have anchored into the earth. Anything that's been in your heart that you would like to release, allow that to flow down through the body, down through those roots, and down into the earth. Anything held within your physical body that you would like to let go of, release, surrender. Breathe into that space, whether it's tension in the neck or shoulder. Maybe it's tightness in the chest, belly. Anything within the body calling for your awareness or attention, just allow that energy to be acknowledged. And on your next breath, breathing into that space, exhale. Just seeing, sensing, intending for the energy to flow down into the earth. The only constant there is change. Change is inevitable. We see that within ourselves. We see that in the world around us, from one generation to the next. And change at times can be daunting. It can be elusive, as we may not know what's coming next. Change can also be exciting. It can be exhilarating even. Change is always purposeful. Change is necessary as we flow from one season to the next. What changes are happening in your life? What shifts are you noticing? What opportunities for growth are available to you? And sometimes change is so subtle and slow, you forget that it's happening. Even on a cellular level, you are changing. You're not the same person that you were days ago, months ago, years ago. Everything has a cycle and a rhythm. Your cells regenerate and renew. Your hair regenerates and renews. Everything changes in its own cadence, its own pace, its own tempo, its own flow. And regardless of the changes you may be currently experiencing, however you feel about those changes, whether excited or anxious, know that these changes are happening for your highest good. Take a moment and just accept the things that are changing around you. Maybe you choose to affirm, I accept the changes that are happening in my life. And just breathing into that for a moment, noticing how your body, feelings, your thoughts respond to that. Maybe you break that down, becoming more specific. I embrace change for the better and my connection to spirit and source. I embrace change for the better and my connection to the divine feminine. I embrace change for the better in my mental health and well-being. I embrace change for the better. How I feel about myself, the things going on around me, the relationships, the partnerships that I have and encounter. I embrace change for the better. I embrace and accept the changes of my physical body. Breathing in and breathing out. Softening, surrendering. I embrace change for the better in my day-to-day life, my career path, my finances, my ability to express myself authentically. I am open to positive shifts and changes that bring me pleasure, prosperity, enjoyment. ease, fruitfulness, abundance. Sometimes we associate change and shifts with fear based on past experiences that were out of our control. Or maybe we were the catalyst, creating shifts and changes that we may have lingering regret, the residue of resentment, shame, or guilt. That's okay. Your awareness in this moment is an opportunity for you to learn, to grow, and to outgrow those old habits and patterns of thinking. Maybe you choose to accept that you are a powerful creator. And therefore you can, through your divine free will, set in motion that the changes that lie ahead are for your highest good, for elevating the vibration and everyday experiences of your life, for ascending beyond that which no longer serves you. And just offering yourself some grace, knowing that as you move through these changes, it's perfectly natural for you to wonder what the future holds. And if you've experienced change in a negative way in the past, just acknowledge that. But use that as an opportunity. That awareness is an opportunity for you to choose, for you to set in motion, set an intention that from here on out, changes are met with loving kindness, ease and grace, synchronicity, TLC. Breathe in. Breathe out. Rest assured that you are part of nature's cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. We shed skin on a regular basis. We shed our hair. We shed things that no longer serves us. Relationships, homes, jobs, roles, expectations. And to bring your desired newness into fruition, the old parts of your life must fall away. What are you choosing to release? And in that release, what are you creating space to receive? Give yourself a moment to just visualize that, sense that. Know these changes, these opportunities are to be celebrated. There is no need to fear. Instead, offer gratitude for what is making its way out, because it is creating space for something better. You know that better is coming because you have set that intention and voiced that out to the universe. And it is the energy of the divine feminine that receives and that creates. Allow yourself to extract all the lessons learned so that you can let go. Give yourself permission to be excited about what's new to come. The gifts that are being bestowed upon you as you embrace change for the better. And these gifts can come in many ways. Opportunities, experiences, people, states of being, wellness, health on multiple levels, excitement, adventure, passion, and of course, pleasure. Let the magic of this season surprise you. Allow yourself to be delighted by the changes that are coming. Great blessings are on their way to you. Own that. Maybe affirm, I have great blessings coming towards me as I embrace change for the better. Patience, they say, is a virtue. And patience is not about something being withheld, having to earn something, to feel worthy of something. Patience means that you are in a space of trust, certainty, co-creation with the divine. You already know it's happening and it's coming. Patience means allowing yourself with full faith and conviction to know, to feel that what's coming is guaranteed to you. And you allow yourself to be open in the divine timing of when that will take place. Finding comfort and peace. And being patient. No need to force. As Mother Nature does not rush, yet all is accomplished through various cycles and rhythms. What you have prayed for and intended is coming to you. Take a moment to just settle into that, lean into that. Things you've been praying for. Are being answered. How does that feel to you? What would it take for you to trust your process? What would it take for you to let go of the old? What would it take for you not to worry about any changes? What would it take for you to embrace change for the better? The changes you are experiencing right now bring great blessings to you, so embrace them. Find joy and excitement that you are alive, that life is colorful, that there are cycles and rhythms, that your past does not dictate your future. The change you wish to see lies within you. Change you wish to see is happening. Take a moment to just lean into that. What is your heart's desire? What is your intention for this season of your life? Breathing in. Breathing out. Just taking a moment to relax, rest, receive. You slow everything down just a little more. You deepen breath, sink down into the body just a little more. May you reap the rewards that have been sown. May your harvest be full, bountiful, beautiful, colorful, creative, unique. May you be showered with gifts, pleasurable experiences, delight, enjoyment. May the blessings that are coming your way do so with ease and grace. Take it easy on yourself. Just breathing in, breathing out, slowing down, softening. As you trust your process, as you tend to that, which brings you a sense of fulfillment, peace, joy, and happiness. And may all that you desire and seek show up for you in the most miraculous ways. As you embrace change for the better. And so it is. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, expanding the belly, the heart space, the mind, and exhale, reversing the flow, squeezing everything out. Beginning to wiggle your toes, your fingers, rolling through the ankles, wrists. Allowing any organic movement to your body to happen, and eventually you can give yourself a hug and some love, a little massage if you like, as you begin to gently open your eyes, coming back here and now. Okay, so let's see. Collective message. This kind of stood out to me earlier because in meditation I spoke about how sometimes we have the tendency to assume or unconsciously rely on a default setting that is founded from survival mode, which that could be things out of our control as an adult or as a child or girl. And when we think of change, fear can come up, right? Or we might expect the worst unintentionally. Like sometimes we may mentally be like, oh, okay, I know change can be a positive thing, but your body is like, hell no, right? Your body is like, okay, if you say so. Like if you say so, but I don't know. So there might be a disconnect, right, between the head and the heart. And it's interesting because the head, the mind, right, may know consciously that yes, change can be for the better, but then subconsciously, in the primal brain in the back there, that part that's what's first formed as you develop in utero as an embryo. And so what happens is whatever is happening to your mother in her life at that time, that can affect you in your embryonic development. And we don't always realize that sometimes the energy that we have within our being is not all ours. And so your mother, if she was in survival mode when she was pregnant with you and you were developing in utero, when you are stressed and in survival mode or have any type of hormonal imbalances, that can also leave an energetic and genetic imprint within your being. And so what can happen is that imprint becomes triggered as you grow, right? Not just in utero, but once you come into the world, certain experiences that you have as a young child and even as an adult can be a trigger for some of that survival mode and that default setting. And what happens is we think change is hard. We think change is something that's like maybe too good to be true. Or, it's going to be a one step forward, two steps back. Or I have to work really hard for it. It's going to be a challenge. And I'm here to let you know, no. Okay. Excuse my language, but fuck that. All right. Because that is what's stored in your subconscious mind. That's like survival mode programming. All right. That's what they call the primal brain, whatever. And then you have this middle part of your brain that regulates more of your emotional self and your emotional body. And then what happens is the emotions you have attached to certain changes as more of a conscious being, as you grow up and stuff like that, or even as a child, like if you were, if you had a great upbringing or you were bullied or like anything in between, or, however that's experience was for you. But what happens is the emotions, whether they're positive or negative, also influence how we perceive change. Okay, so if it was a good experience, then your brain is like, oh, okay, I like change. You're not in survival mode for it because you're like, oh, change is a good thing. If you've experienced, negative emotions and feelings when change happened, maybe it's out of your control, something like that, then your brain, your primal brain, the instinctual brain is going to go into survival mode. Okay, you might self-sabotage or things like that, which at this point I'm preaching to myself. If you know better, you do better, right? So now that I know this and this awareness, I can walk through this, opportunity. Anyways, but what happens is when you choose with your conscious mind or your rational mind and say, okay, I know from experience that change can be negative because I have experienced that. I've accepted that. I've had negative experience with change. Okay. And it put me in survival mode. Okay. What you can do is you can start to redevelop or reprogram, your mind by catching yourself when that comes up and then setting a conscious new pattern that change is a pleasurable experience for you. Okay. And in that way, you take your power back and you're able to actually make those shifts in your life that really do serve you from the perspective of not only a conscious being, but a sovereign being. And if I'm gonna keep it 100, a grown ass woman. Okay, so you are an adult now. You have the authority. Okay, even as a child, you still have authority to say no or whatever. But we're talking about grown women here. So at this point, you can nurture your inner child and tend to those unmet needs and let her know that I am here as an adult now to take care of you. And change doesn't have to be something that is scary. It's okay to still be healing from negative experiences of change, as I also stay open to better because I'm in my power now. Okay. I have a choice and my choice matters. So anyways, that is kind of like that, because that's something I was picking up, and that's something I have to work on in myself, is that change can be a positive thing. Okay. I've been through some traumatic changes in my life that were out of my control. My father was in the military, so we were like, oh, okay, we're living here and I got new friends, and we gotta leave, move across the country or across the world. Okay. Which that probably feeds into some of my abandonment issues, just saying. But you go places, you settle in, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, we gotta be uprooted, or you're only gonna be there for a couple of years, and so it's like you don't really get too attached to anybody, right? So this my personal experience. And then my parents being overseas in Korea, they or not Korea, in Germany, they divorced. We moved all of a sudden to, like, from Germany to College Park. We're not in this high rise condo and Mercedes everywhere. I'm like, what the heck is a Isuzu and a Datsun and a Chevy? What the hell is that? We're in the hood. So that was a very significant change, a shift in my life. And so I've had to reprogram myself into knowing and experiencing change to be a positive thing, not necessarily restructuring my perception of what has happened, but like accepting that in some way harmed me, or that created needs that weren't met. And from there I can be like, okay, well, that created needs that weren't met, so how can I meet those needs now? All right. So it's not necessarily that changing your perception, like, oh, you know that was a great experience. There's certain experiences with change that there's no making it a positive experience. Okay. And I'm talking about some deep stuff. I'm sorry, but not sorry, but if you've been through any sort of abuse, there's not a, oh, that was okay. No, we're not doing that here. Okay. But what we can do is take our power back and say, you know what, from now on, the changes that are going to happen in my life are going to serve me in ways that benefit me and bring me pleasure, bring me joy, reciprocity, whatever, however you want to frame that. But yeah, it just feels like in this moment, it's like stepping into your sovereignty, taking agency and authority in your life, and know that your free will coupled with divine will is unstoppable. It's untouchable. Okay. And that is where your transformation will take place. That is where those enormous changes that will be happening will bring you great pleasure and blessings. All right. So, that being said, blessings to you, and happy new moon in Taurus. Oops.